Welcome to Spectrum Sphere, where we explore a diverse world of discovery. Today, we delve into the tumultuous era of the Crusades, a series of relentless conflicts that shaped our history. If you're as passionate about learning as we are, remember to like, subscribe, and join our community for weekly content. The Crusades were a succession of holy wars waged between the Christian states of Europe and the Muslim powers of the Near East. Spanning several centuries, these battles were fueled by religious devotion, territorial ambition, and the promise of eternal salvation for those who fought. In 1095, Pope Urban II issued a call to arms, imploring Christian warriors from across Europe to unite and embark on a sacred mission. He promised absolution and eternal glory to those willing to reclaim the Holy Land from Muslim control, thus igniting the fervor that would lead to the First Crusade. In 1099, after a grueling siege that tested their resolve, the Crusaders achieved a pivotal victory, the capture of Jerusalem. This event marked a dramatic climax to the First Crusade, with the city's fall sending waves of both jubilation and horror through the Christian and Muslim worlds alike. Following the initial triumphs of the First Crusade, the Crusaders established a number of feudal domains across the Levant, known as the Crusader states. These included the Kingdom of Jerusalem, the County of Tripoli, the Principality of Antioch, and the County of Edessa, bastions of Christian rule in a predominantly Muslim region. Crusaders were driven not only by the prospect of territorial gains, but also by profound religious zeal. Many heeded the call to arms, lured by the promise of absolution, the complete forgiveness of all sins, offered by the Pope. This divine reward was a powerful motivator, fueling the fervor of knights and peasants alike. Among the most formidable participants in the Crusades were the monastic military orders, notably the Knights Templar and the Hospitallers. These warrior monks were among the best trained and equipped soldiers in the Holy Land, playing a crucial role in both the defense and administration of the Crusader states. As the Crusader states solidified, a new formidable leader emerged in the Muslim world, Saladin. Known for his chivalry and military prowess, Saladin united the Muslim territories in Syria and Egypt, and his ascent marked the beginning of a rigorous Muslim response to the European Crusaders' presence in the Holy Land. Following the rise of Saladin, the Battle of Hattin became a crucial turning point. In July of 1187, Saladin's forces decisively defeated the Crusaders, leading to the capture of Jerusalem. This victory signaled a significant shift, with Muslim dominance rising as Crusader influence in the Holy Land began to wane. As the Christian world reeled from Saladin's conquests, a new chapter began with the launch of the Third Crusade. Led by England's Richard the Lionheart, this campaign aimed to reclaim Jerusalem. A king of remarkable military prowess, Richard's entrance into the fray marked a new era of the Crusades' history. In the midst of relentless warfare, Richard the Lionheart engaged in both bloody conflicts and cunning diplomacy with Saladin. These two formidable leaders clashed in epic battles across the Holy Land, even as back-channel talks sought a resolution. The struggle was marked by chivalry, respect, but also unyielding resolve. The Fourth Crusade took an unexpected turn when, instead of heading to the Holy Land, Crusaders diverted to Constantinople. In 1204, what began as a holy mission culminated in the brutal sack of this Christian city, an event that left an indelible scar and widened the rift between Eastern and Western Christianity. The Children's Crusade of 1212 adds a heartbreaking chapter to the history of the Crusades. Thousands of unarmed children, inspired by visions of Christian duty, embarked on a journey to reclaim Jerusalem. Unprepared for the hardships they faced, many perished or were enslaved, marking a somber episode of misguided faith. Amidst the clash of swords and shields, the Crusades also dramatically shaped medieval commerce. As Crusaders ventured to the east, they encountered exotic goods and trade routes, fueling a demand for spices, silk, and other luxuries back home. This exchange not only enriched merchants, but also rekindled Europe's interest in global trade networks. As we turn from the arid climes of the Holy Land to the chillier Baltic region, we witness the Crusades' ripple effect. The Knights Teutonic, inspired by their counterparts in the Holy Land, carved out a crusading mission of their own. They fought to convert the pagan populations, spreading Christianity with a sword in one hand and a cross in the other, leaving an indelible mark on the history and culture of Eastern Europe. Amidst the sweeping narratives of Christian and Muslim conflict, a lesser-told tale is that of the Jewish communities. As the Crusader armies marched through Europe, Jews faced widespread persecution and violence, with entire communities, such as those in the Rhineland massacres, suffering devastating losses, forever altering the Jewish diaspora. The Crusades were not just a battleground for faiths, but also for military innovation. One significant advancement was the crossbow. With its ability to pierce armor at a distance, the crossbow changed the landscape of warfare, shifting the balance of power and tactics on the battlefield during these tumultuous times. As the Crusades progressed, an unexpected force emerged: the Mongols. Their swift expansion under leaders like Genghis Khan began to intersect with Crusader and Muslim states alike. The Mongols' formidable cavalry and siege tactics introduced a new dynamic to the already volatile landscape of the Near East. In 1291, Acre, the last vestige of Crusader authority in the Holy Land, fell to the Mamluks. This marked the definitive end of the Crusader presence in the region, a poignant symbol of the waning Christian influence after 2 centuries of bitter conflict over sacred ground. The legacy of the Crusades deeply shaped both Christian and Muslim worlds, embedding a complex tapestry of military, cultural, and religious impacts. For centuries to come, these holy wars would serve as a contentious historical backdrop to Christian-Muslim relations, influencing perceptions, prejudices, and political discourse on both sides. Moving beyond warfare, the Crusades spurred a period of significant cultural exchanges. European and Middle Eastern societies influenced each other's art and architecture, introducing novel artistic techniques and architectural concepts. The intermingling of styles led to a distinctive fusion that can still be seen in historical structures across continents. The Crusades also opened up Europe to a wealth of new goods, radically transforming its markets. As knights and merchants traveled to the east, they encountered spices, silk, and other luxuries previously unknown or scarce. This stimulated trade routes, like the Silk Road, creating enduring economic links between distant lands. The reverberations of the Crusades dramatically shifted geopolitics, setting the stage for centuries-old rivalries between European kingdoms and Middle Eastern powers. As Europe's political landscape fractured and alliances formed, control over former Crusader territories and trade routes became a source of persistent conflict and diplomatic intrigue. Transitioning from historical impact to cultural influence, the Crusades have been romanticized in countless works of literature and media. This portrayal often paints a glorified picture of gallant knights and grandiose battles, overshadowing the complex and gritty realities of these medieval conflicts. As we delve further into the ripple effects of the Crusades, it's important to recognize their inadvertent role in kindling the flames of the Renaissance. The Crusaders' exposure to advanced Muslim culture, including lost Greek classics, paved the way for a renewed thirst for knowledge in Europe, ultimately ushering in an age of enlightenment and rediscovery. Turning our attention now to the present, there are lively debates regarding the portrayal of the Crusades in modern educational systems. Critics argue for a more nuanced narrative that avoids glorifying conflict, while proponents emphasize the importance of understanding these events in the context of religious and historical significance. As the Crusades raged on, they brought profound changes to the art of warfare. Crusader strategies spurred the evolution of castle design, siege tactics, and military orders, directly influencing battle techniques for centuries. This era saw the emergence of heavy cavalry and complex command structures that would define medieval combat. The echoes of the Crusades still resonate in modern times, as politicians and leaders occasionally draw upon Crusader rhetoric to bolster nationalistic sentiments or to frame conflicts in a historical context, often oversimplifying the complex legacy of these ancient struggles to serve contemporary agendas. In the East, the Crusades are remembered quite differently. Far from the romanticized chivalry of Western legends, they are viewed as a series of brutal invasions that brought devastation. The collective memory is one of resistance and resilience in the face of foreign aggression, shaping Eastern identity to this day. Interestingly, the Crusades weren't solely a time of conflict. There were periods of meaningful tolerance and cooperation among faiths. Pockets of peaceful coexistence emerged, where Christians, Muslims, and Jews lived and traded side by side, sharing ideas and cultures that enriched their societies amidst the broader backdrop of war. As we delve deeper, it's crucial to understand that the Crusades played a significant part in shaping the early foundations of modern nation-states. The shifting alliances and power dynamics carved out new political entities that would, in time, evolve into the countries we recognize on the map today. The Crusades narrative continues to evolve as archaeologists unearth new findings, offering insights into the lives of those involved. Recent digs have uncovered fortresses, weaponry, and personal artifacts that paint a more vivid picture of the era, allowing us to piece together the everyday reality of the Crusader period. As we delve deeper into the ideology behind the Crusades, we encounter the concept of jihad, an Islamic term often paralleled with the Christian notion of crusade. Both ideologies, while rooted in religious fervor, have historically been used to justify a range of actions, from spiritual struggle to outright warfare. Studying the Crusades sheds light on present religious conflicts, reminding us that history often echoes into the future. Understanding the motivations and outcomes of these ancient clashes can illuminate the roots of modern strife, offering a perspective on how historical narratives are used to shape contemporary ideologies and actions. As we reflect on the Crusades' intricate tapestry, its threads weave through the fabric of today's world. The legacy of this medieval conflict manifests in modern politics, religious discourse, and intercultural relations, reminding us that the past is not merely history, it's a cornerstone of our collective identity. Thank you for exploring this chapter of history with us at Spectrum Sphere. If you found our journey through the Crusades enlightening, please show your support by clicking the like button and subscribing to our channel. Join us next time for more diverse discoveries across the world of knowledge.